Let us welcome Dr. Pradeep Sam Simon over here, who has done his MBBS from Davao Medical School of Foundation. And over here, we congratulate him from the whole Miss team. And I also congratulate him for such a good score, such an awesome score. And he scored around what? You scored 189. And this was your which attempt?
My first attempt.
Oh, that is so nice. That is so nice. So you have scored 189 in first attempt. That means a lot. So we would like to know, what was your experience during this journey? From the first day till the last day of preparation, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I got to know about MISS my friends. So I wasn't sure, like, should I go to MISS, should I go to some other platform? But then when I heard about MISS, when I heard about how doctors teach in MISS, I wanted to go there. So I joined the online batch. I joined in the month of December. And then in the month of December, it was on the first, I joined the very first day also on the 15th of December. And my very first subject, I remember very well, biochemistry, Dr. Saha. As soon as I attended his first lecture, I was damn sure that this is the right choice that I've made. His way of teaching, the way he explained, because for me personally, biochemistry was a very weak subject. I couldn't I couldn't understand the cycles, the concepts. I was not able to understand that. But then he made it very nice. Then ma'am came anatomy, then came physiology. You made anatomy very easy, ma'am. I remember when I was sitting in your class, I was thinking, was this a subject I was feeling I couldn't do? Because you made the concept so easy. You made the topic so crisp. You were to the point. You did not add anything extra. You did not tell anything less. And then other subjects also. And like, for example, surgery. In surgery, we need sir. I actually adore him a lot. The way he taught. When he used to teach, he used to close his eyes and he used to recite. That was something that I used to practice. Can I do that? So I used to close my eyes. I used to try repeating the things that he did. And that also helped me a lot. Amit sir for OBG, very good. The way he cleared the concept, the way he was with us, the way he cleared the doubts of students that isse bahar to topic nahi aayega. Topic isi se aayega aur itna hi karna hai. So that is what keeps on motivating us. And that is the reason that I could actually clear this exam, ma'am.
That is so nice to hear from you, and like we are thankful from our side that you are valuing all the things, and you have actually gone, like you have followed each and every tip which we have given and all the content you have studied, and that is why you are sitting over here with this success in your hand.
Thank you so much.
Score. So like what about the test? Like you were having the various tests, the weekly test and topic wise, subject wise. So how it was beneficial to you?
Ma'am, I did not skip any test. I gave all the tests right from the first topic-wise test till the last mock test. I gave each and every test. And in the topic-wise test, again, it was very beneficial for me because what I studied in the week was what is coming in the exam. So that is what helped me to gain concepts, to clarify what I'm missing out, to clarify what I know very good. So this is what helped me to understand very well. In the subject-wise test, I was actually very afraid of the subject-wise test because personally, when you see a PSM notebook, when you see an OBG book, they are very huge books, they're very big books. So I was thinking, can I do it in 2 days? Can I do it in 3 days? But then when I actually started studying, when I actually started learning, ma'am, it became very easy, and it came to a point where I could revise OBG in a day, where I could revise PSM in a day. So
wow, very nice.
Yes, ma'am. So in the subject-wise test and the questions also, you came to know where there's actually weightage for the question. You did not waste your time on learning the things that are not important. You always looked at the points that there is a potential question over here. So that
very correct. Yeah, very correct. I really agree to this.
Yes, ma'am. Then in the mock tests also, mock tests were very nice. There were actually 3 mock tests and 1 surprise mock test. And in all the mock tests, I've scored above 220, ma'am. I've got good marks, and I was very happy. This was a huge confidence booster for me that I'm able to solve the questions, because when you're giving the topic-wise test and when you're giving the subject-wise test, you don't know how much you know collectively of all the 19 subjects. You know only individually. But when you give the mock test, you get a hand that where you stand and when there is all the 19 subjects asked to you. So in that way, the mock tests were very beneficial for me, ma'am.
That's great. So great to hear. And very important thing you mentioned is that you have not skipped any test. And basically, like, you have focused on all those important points. Like, you have seen that what potential important questions are there, and you have focused more on that, as well as, like, you're not distracted here and there.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
focused on the main thing, on the main content, on the main topics and the main test. That is very important advice, which I think every friend of yours who is listening to your video, who is watching this video, they should take this suggestion, this good advice from you. And of course, you have followed this. That is why you will be like a motivation for them. One more thing, like, usually I've seen some students say, ma'am, time management problem. So during the test, were you able to do the time management, or does it improved? Did it improved after the test?
For me, ma'am, time management was never a problem for me personally, because I could easily solve any question under 30 seconds or 45 seconds max, especially the missed questions. Only the lengthier questions I required a little bit more time, but then time management was not a problem. But in the mock test, for me, surprisingly, in the second mock test, I remember very well, I took a lot of time solving the questions because I think I was very scared in marking it wrong. So I was thinking a lot. Even for one line answer questions, I was taking more than a minute actually to solve the questions. And in the end, I was left with around 5 or 6 minutes and I had to solve 20 questions. Yeah. So this is the time when I realized that I have to be confident in myself. I have to be confident in what I'm marking. I cannot take more than a minute to solve each and every question. So time management, I have followed it from the very beginning. I even took advices from the doctors, like when they told you read the last line first, then you read the options, then you read the first part. So that also helped me a lot. And this way, like, ma'am, I could finish the paper in time.
And as you are telling Ki, in the first mock test, you had this issue that in the last 5-6 minutes, 20 questions were there. So did you improve in the mock test?
Yes, ma'am. Next mock test, I almost finished 30 minutes prior to the...
30 minutes prior. So that means, like, if you're giving the mock test, you basically whatever test you are giving, not only mock test, the other test also, this is also helping to improve your time management. And
yes,
before you go for that final day, you know that what are the mistakes you can do. So you improve those mistakes earlier.
Yes, ma'am.
That is very nice. And when you were studying in the class, like the basics or the concepts, were you able to form the basics and the concepts also of the subjects?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, for example, for biochem, for anatomy, these these concepts are very important. For example, if your basics are clear in anatomy, you can do very well in orthopedics. So like, I paid a lot of attention in the initial classes. Like, I had to clear all my concepts. That is when I went into the more integrated topics. I did not start directly with clinical questions. I did not start directly with very difficult topics. I the very basic. I saw the scapula, I saw the clavicle, I saw the very basics. Then I went into the actual depth of the topics.
It is very nice. Like, we also keep telling all the students that your basics should be clear and your basic subjects should be clear. And then when you move on to the clinical subjects, so you are able to memorize it much better. And the same thing you are saying. So basically the basics and the concepts, if they are clear, they actually help you when you are doing any some question which comes with a different language or clinical question. If it comes, it really helps in that. So what sometimes what happened now, the whole day you are having the class and then you are having to revise in the evening. So how you were following the, how was your schedule throughout the day? Because many of the students, they have this doubt that, ma'am, how to complete the revision. So how will you advise them?
Ma'am, actually the classes, I would be very honest, I did not complete all the class on time, because it is technically, for me, it was not possible to sit 8-10 hours straight. So I would sit maybe for 5 hours, take a 15-20 minute break. Then I would sit again. So in that way, not all the classes, some classes.
Yours was online batch. So you were able to do this.
Yes, ma'am. That's a very big advantage.
The advantage which you got.
Yes, ma'am. That is actually one of the reasons I opted for the online batch, because I knew very well if I was in the live classes, I wouldn't be able to concentrate. Maybe for 4 hours I would concentrate, and after that I would lose my concentration. So I was very well aware of this fact. That is the reason I opted for the online class. And in the online class, I made sure that I'm very well relaxed before I'm attending each and every class, because when you don't relax, ma'am, nothing goes in the head. Everything just bounces. So I made sure that if I'm feeling too fatigued, or if I'm feeling like I can't understand this concept now, I would just pause the video. I would take a 15-minute nap. I would scroll my phone for 10 minutes. Then I would come back and I would see the concept again, and I would get it even better this time. So that is how I did it.
Yeah, that is very nice. Like you have utilized the online platform very well. I would say that you have properly utilized it. And like when you were having the doubts, you were able to clear the doubts also.
Yes, ma'am. I actually messaged you also, ma'am, for one of the doubts.
Yeah, I know.
You couldn't reply for that doubt, but in the very next class, you cleared that doubt. So I was very happy for
yes,
that.
Yeah. We actually make it sure that if you're not able to solve on that day, in the next class, we deal with those doubts, or within like next day, we deal with all those doubts so that the doubts are not left behind. So to your friends, like what one or two main things would you like to tell them that which has helped you greatly during your journey?
Don't stress out. That would be the very first thing to say. It's just an exam. It's just an exam. Let it be a very high level exam. Let it be a low level exam. It is an exam. You have to clear it. There is no way around it. You have to get a passing score. You have to clear. So just think of it like an exam. Don't stress out. Do your revisions. Revisions are very key. For example, if you would study for 10 hours a day, but you would not revise it the very next day or at least the same day, you're not going to retain anything after a week. You're going to forget everything. So that is one thing that I adopted, that I used to make sure I revised at least the same content the same day, or if not in 1 or 2 days, I used to revise it. The other thing would be, don't think that you're going to know everything about the 19 subjects. It is impossible.
That is very correct. Yeah, very, very nicely said.
You cannot know everything about the 19. There are going to be subjects which are your strong point. There are going to be subjects which is your weak point. Focus on the strong, work hard on your weak, and forget the rest.
No, that very nice. Very nice. I really like this point of yours. Focus on your strong points. Try to make the weaker points bit better.
And forget the rest.
Yeah.
Forget the rest. Because ma'am, even after studying for many hours, I was seeing in the test that I was making silly mistakes. Like silly mistake, very simple mistake, that the things that I knew I was making mistakes in that. So in the end, I concluded saying that silly mistakes are unavoidable. In the main paper also, I'm going to make 10 to 15 easy silly mistakes, and I should not feel bad about it. So I must work so hard that these silly mistakes will not matter or affect my main score. That was that was my intention of studying. That was my way of going. And the other thing would be, ma'am, they have to trust the process. There will be days when they will think, nahi ho raha hai, nahi ho payega. Like 150 is too much. Like, why did they keep 150? Why not 140? I personally used to think they should make it 100. Why 150? but I was like, nahi, karna padega. Then you went about it, you work hard for it. Then, ma'am, another thing which many people don't think is sleep. Sleep is very important, because I remember in one of my OBG classes, OBG exams, I did not sleep well. Like, it was my subject-wise topic, and I had to, we had to give the paper starts at 9 p.m. till 9 a.m. I was not giving the exam at 9 p.m. on that particular subject. I gave it at 4 a.m. I don't know what happened. I gave it at 4 a.m. And even the questions that I knew, I was making mistakes. I saw my final score, it was not great. I was not even in the top of the marks list that used to come. I was very disappointed with myself. So that's again when I decided that you have to have a good sleep. Then it would be, ma'am, you have to have a good study buddy. Study buddy is very...
That is also...
Yeah,
study buddy is also a good point, yeah.
For me personally, I would like to mention my two friends. One would be Nidhi, other would be Angela. Like, these two people, like they were constantly with me. They were constantly studying, and they also motivated me, and they took my motivation also. It's not like they're like, tu padhte rahe, hame nahi karna. It's not like that. You know, they're like, if I'm studying, they're also studying. So having a study buddy is important. And also, ma'am, like, rely on the notes. Missed notes especially is concise, it is crisp, and it is also reliable, ma'am. It is very reliable to have the missed notes. So you can easily trust on it. You can focus on it. You can even go for the Telegram channel. Telegram channel is also very good. Telegram channel, the questions, the way at the time when you post the questions, it's the time when we are ready. That 9 p.m. Amit sir question is going to come. We are going to solve. We are ready. We're waiting for it. So, like, ma'am, in that way, these are a few tips that they can have.
You are saying few tips, but I would say that these tips, if all the students follow, they are going to be successful in the exam, because you have told all the tips in such a brief way, but these are all very, very important points. And also you mentioned sleep, and sleep is also very important. Usually what the students think, that they will sleep for 4-5 hours and they will do wonders, but actually sometimes the breakdown happens. And this is very, like, as you said, very important, that sleep should be constant and it should be around for 6 to 7 hours.
Minimum, ma'am. Yes, I started
6 hours is needed.
for
6
7
hours.
hours.
Yeah. So I really thanks that you have given such good tips and suggestions for your friends, and we are very thankful that first of all you have made us proud, and secondly you have shared your experience with us. So congratulations, dear, again to you, and I really wish that you keep having the success like this throughout your life.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.